What is up, guys? Welcome to CJ's Vlogs and welcome to another video. This is the A200 sedan from Mercedes and we're gonna do 1,000 miles in it. Let's go. Okay, so the Mercedes-Benz A-Class Sedan, specifically the A200, which I'm in, which is also fitted with the AMG Package, so it is marvelous, and 1,000 miles ahead of us, so this might probably be the longest vlog ever. I'm not going to vlog the entire 1,000 miles, but it's a beautiful road trip that we're doing. It's one of the more iconic trips that you can do in South Africa, which is from Cape Town to Johannesburg. So Cape Town is very beautiful, if not one of the most beautiful places in the world. I think one of the most visited places in South Africa. So we sat in the beautiful addition to the range for Mercedes-Benz, which is the A-Class Sedan. Now, some people have been sort of not too keen on the A-Class Sedan and where it will fit in the range, because you already have the CLA, and is this too close to the CLA? Well, for the time being, both of these cars are going to be offered in our country. Originally, I think Mercedes were only going to give this car to the Asian market, but I think it's a beautiful looking car. Exterior wise, does it look like a CLA? No, it doesn't. Surprisingly, it actually has, although the overall shape is very similar, the overall way that they've executed the design creates a division between the two and gives each of them their unique sort of look. And of course, on the inside as well, it's beautiful, laden with brushed aluminium, and this has the full speedometer and infotainment screen that Mercedes are offering. I see plenty of trinkets, like now, because my one hand is off the wheel. It's got a little 2 hands on the wheel signal on the speedometer. There's the lane departure warning. Actually, I got caught off guard with the whole lane departure thing. So there's a solid line on the right side of the road, and I sort of was looking past someone, so then I sort of put one wheel close to that, and the car literally applied the brakes and pulled it back into the lane, which I've never felt or experienced in any car before. So that was pretty odd at first, but then I kept going to the line to try and make it do that. But on the other hand, also I was looking off, because there's a beautiful mountain pass to the right, and the steering wheel is vibrating. So that's all a part of these driver systems that are there to make sure that you stay focused, 2 hands on the wheel, eyes on the road, not departing lanes, keeping your following distances, not being fatigued. So it's very interesting, and especially in a small car like this, and it just shows the latest driver assistance systems, especially in small cars like these, that manufacturers are pushing to have. So it's very nice, and we still have a very long way to go. It's probably going to take us about 12 hours. So I hope you enjoy. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's rock and roll. So the A200, with its 1.3 litre 4-cylinder motor, I'm loving it through these roads. This is a place called Paarl, and we're heading towards Worcester, and the driving roads are just incredible. We just came out of the Johannesburg tunnel, which is incredible to go through. and now we sort of through some winding roads, and you know, pulling out of the toll. Even though this car only has 120 kilowatts and 250 newtons, it feels really light on its feet, and it really grabs off the line. And dynamically through these passes that we're going through, it's just on point. You know, for front wheel drive, you know, you usually don't expect them to be so dynamic, and especially the high speed bends. It's just, the road holding is very impressive. And again, the steering wheel, they've programmed it really well, so it's progressive. So as you increase in speed, as you increase in the load, you're feeling it in the wheel, and that almost feels like a race car when, you know, you've got a direct link to the front wheels, which is always inspiring for a driver and always pleasurable to drive in. And the scenery, incredible. Okay, we are in the windy roads. This car is good. Maybe we should go into sport mode because that's more applicable to the way we're going to drive. Sport mode, immediately I can feel the difference in the wheel. Immediately on the throttle. We'll see when we get into the braking zone. Man. See, on the brakes, very nice. I do think it does have a certain bit of turning oversteer. Went through one of the highest speed corners and just grazed a little bit off the throttle, and it just kicked in a little bit. But let's see as we go here. Let's say foot down. Proper. Use the paddles, which this car is fitted with. On the brakes, down the gear, turn it in. Lovely. This is good. Oh man, I love this part of our country because the roads are the best. Look at that, just planted, and you can just apply, and it just hauls you out of that corner. What I have noticed is that 0 to 130 is really strong. And of course, look, it's a 1.3 litre. I'm not gonna butcher it for being that. But you know, that's where displacement takes over, is when you really start getting on it. And that's where you notice the torque or lack thereof. This is good. This is really good. Really enjoying this car so far. The systems as well. I mean, I will show you just now, but I literally had my feet and my hands off the wheel just a few moments back on the main road, and it was just keeping straight itself. As we turn in here, and what's good is you can actually maybe it's a little bit sensitive when you come in onto the brake into a corner, but as you start applying it, it just neutralizes and you can just bang it out. This is good. I think what helps this over the A-Class hatchback is the fact that it has, you know, a little bit more wheelbase, so that sort of high speed stability is there, and that ability to rotate also. Okay, so we are checking in. This is now 300 miles. We've been going for about 2.5 hours, and so far so good. What I'm really getting used to is how, you know, active all of these driver assist systems are. Like, for example, I can just leave the wheel like that, and it will corner. I think up to 30 seconds. It will drive by itself. Then it's kicking in because of the road condition. But that's amazing because it's constantly scanning the road. Adaptive cruise control, incredible. Standard, lane departure warnings. This active steering is very cool. What we are finding is we've got an A-Class Sedan, which is the A200, which is one I'm in and the one behind me. And we also have a CLA 200. So they passed me and they were running in front because we were in the middle of nowhere. So they were next to each other, and I must say, agreed with everybody else here, is that the CLA for looks is sort of pimped by the A-Class Sedan. I think the A-Class Sedan is nailed because they got the proportions right and it looks like a shrunken Mercedes sedan, whereas the CLA is more of that smooth sloping roof design. And and for a customer it all depends on what you want. But I can clearly see in the back of this car, the rear seats, so much more room than in the CLA for your head. And also loving this panoramic roof. That is what really, in any car, expands the way I feel comfortable. I can actually leave the wheel. Watch this, it's going to turn. That's incredible. I feel comfortable. I can talk to you guys, leave the wheel. And always, in many, many cars, the panoramic roof always makes you feel like you've got so much more headroom. And it just makes the cabin feel so much more roomy, and the natural light, really, really good. So we push on and we keep on going and we keep on enjoying. Okay, so this is where we are. Let me just brighten that up for you. So we're currently in a town called Beaufort West, which is, I think, about 1,000 kilometers from Johannesburg. And we've driven really good roads so far, and it's only great roads up from here. It's going to be so cool. A-Class is keeping up well. We just filled it up. It was averaging actually about 6.4 liters to 100, and we weren't going that slow. So this 1.3 cylinder, excuse the mess, is actually holding up proper. And we're sort of causing a bit of havoc in the town because Beaufort West is a really small town and very farmish, and we've got all of these cars lined up like this. Look at that. Here you can see the I wouldn't say significant, but marginal differences between the A-Class Sedan and the CLA. We've got a GLC there, CL. Okay, so we are back on the road. Look, we're still in the middle of nowhere. I mean, as far as I can see, it's just mountain ranges on that side and open spaces on this side, and there is a railway, but I mean, there's nothing at all. Which gives me time now to go through a little bit of the tech in the car. And if you are one who loves tech, then man, is this car for you. Because down here you have the sort of mouse pad that's sort of very common in the cars, in this modern era, because there's infotainment for the passenger and there's a whole bunch of gadgets. The usual is that cars nowadays just have the ultimate range of phone connectivity. So this car has both the Android system for the phone and the Apple CarPlay. It's got the navigation, which the maps seem to be very accurate and quite updated. I'm not too sure on which system it's based on, but it is very good. Of course, you have a radio, you've got your media. Media can be done via USB, via Bluetooth. And this car does not have the normal USB ports anymore. So right now it's USB-C, so that's like the new ports that the car manufacturers are using, which is also pretty cool. We go to the menu again. Now we have comfort, which is essentially the ambient lighting and the color and the brightness. So because I love blue, I've set it to blue and I've left it. I've set it like that and I've left it like that. When I went through the tunnel earlier, it was just so gorgeous to see this entire cabin lit up. Maybe later, once the sun dies down a bit, we can, get back into that and show you. And the ambient lighting, it's in the footwell, it's down there where you in the storage compartment, it's in the passenger footwell, it's on this door next to the brushed aluminium, it's all through the dashboard, and it's around the vents. So it looks really good, and you can sort of make it any color you want, and you can even use the Mercedes voice activation to change that. So, for example, you go, "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help you?
Please change the ambient lighting to green."
Okay, I'm changing the color.
And it's changed inside. Incredible, right? "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help you?
Please change the ambient lighting to blue."
Okay, I'm changing the color.
Back to blue. Incredible. But where it gets really geeky and really nerdy for people that enjoy it is the info tab. So underneath the info tab you have vehicle, and that shows you the degree of steering, so left or right. It also shows you the amount of gas that you're applying and the amount of brake. So currently, because I'm in cruise control, it's showing 24%, 23%. It's varying as we go along, which is a cool thing. I think passengers will absolutely love it. It'll keep them entertained and quiet. But what's really cool is the Formula One inspired dials that measures the kilowatt usage, the Newton meters, the voltage of the battery, and of course the turbo pressure. And on either side you have temperatures for oil and water. But just the way they've laid it out have made it really, really cool, because it's sort of this yellow, modern, race car inspired design. So it's really cool, really nerdy, really cool. Consumption, you can change. It's a fuel consumption tab. You can change it according to 30 minutes or the last 7.5 minutes or the last 3 hours, depending on what you want to see. But currently with this 1.3 litre 4-cylinder, I'm averaging 6.6 litres per 100 kilometers. Not too sure what that is in miles per gallon, but it is sufficient, because I would probably do 620 kilometers on this fuel tank at this rate, which is good. It's good. That is sort of the center infotainment system, and that's controlled by this unit on this side. On this side, you can control your speedometer, and you can control your revs, and you can control what sort of displays we're looking for. Here we can look at fuel consumption, mileage, the amount of bonus you're earning. So constant acceleration and coasting, depending on how you use the throttle and how you recover energy. And then on the right side you can choose different menus besides the rev counter to go for consumption, for the eco display, or the navigation, or the G-force. So currently we are just centered because we're doing a speed and we're going along. And then for the final one, it is actually the distance. So you can control the distance between the car in front of you. That's that's your adaptive cruise control. And I will say that the adaptive cruise control is very effective in this car because I've literally not been using the brake or the accelerator that much during this trip. And so I literally set it at 120 meters from the car in front, at the speed that we're going at, keep the lane assist, and I can leave the steering wheel and we can go along. So it will only go for 30 seconds. So now and again you got to just touch the wheel, take your hands off the wheel, but it's cool. And then you've got your speed on this side, and it's quite a busy display because you've got your speed, your revs, your fuel, your temperatures, the different modes and the different driver assist that you're using, and the gears. And so it's a bit busy, but you know, if you're somebody that's into this sort of look, and this is the way cars are going, because this is essentially the future, the technology. And what's beautiful that rounds up this entire space is it's all on one beautifully made piece of screen from the left to the right. High resolution, fast, you know, on the switching, on the scrolling. So it's really cool, and I've been enjoying these gadgets quite a bit, and all these driver assists, because it makes the drive so much easier, and it really makes vlogs so much easier because I can leave the steering wheel and talk freely. We've driven, if we can go here from the start, we've driven 500 kilometers now, which is approximately 380 miles, I think. And it's just been so comfortable. You've got music going, you've got the driver assist that takes you most of the way there. It's telling me to put the hands on the wheel and then I can let go again. And also you can put the heads-up display, then you don't have to pay so much attention to this busy screen. And in the heads-up display there's so much you can really set what you want to be seeing. But it's fantastic. I mean, the car in front of me is 120 meters. I'm talking to you. We're traveling across the beautiful country that is South Africa. Although this is still beautiful because it's like open. But we will pass through some more greener areas, some more foresty areas, and we will be passing some great driving roads. So this is good. I think it would be easy if I was actually doing this live, because then you'd be able to ask me questions and we'd be able to pass time together. But that's alright. I'm enjoying myself. We're rocking, we're rolling, and we're going. Well guys, it's been an incredible day, an entire day spent crossing the country of South Africa in this magnificent new edition of the A-Class Sedan, with all its technology, with all its driver assistance, with its performance from its punchy engine. I think it is a great package and well priced for its segment. I think it's going to be very competitive, and you know, the choice is yours. CLA, A-Class, whatever you want. Just this ambient lighting is gorgeous in the darkness. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.